Alright, so welcome back for another round of Planet Nomads. I am going to actually do some work on the space station base today, but I did want to mention, interesting change after the last video when I had everything working between the two designs. I decided to do some playtesting to fly around the lifter, and while it was flying straight before, now it has a severe diagonal shift going forwards, a less severe one going backwards, and it's a severe rotation just from lifting up. I haven't changed a single thing, and it is flying nowhere even close to as well as it was flying after I had it working last time. And again, I just saved the game, exited the game, came back later to load the game in, and now the physics are completely different in terms of its flight mechanics. So I really don't know what's going on, but today I'm not going to worry about that. Today we're going to focus on trying not to lag too much here. Oh boy, yeah. That's that lag from this big build. I'm ready to get this thing finished and moved, and since I want to move it, why not go ahead and work on relocating it, or being ready to relocate it. So I'm going to be using the large air blades. And yes, I could build them like this and do it like that, but I kind of like the idea of doing it at more of an angle. So I'm thinking what I really want to do is, if we have it stick out like that, we'll do one of these. If I can get it to turn the right way, there we go. And I'm just going to use it, and for simplicity's sake right now, well, I would assume I could build on top of that with some kind of... Yep, there it goes. Okay, I don't know why that was acting suddenly like it couldn't build on top of it. So we'll do that. I don't know how tall I need this to be, because I know I'm going to want several of the air blades on each side. And the problem here is getting it to kind of line up exactly the way I want it to. Of course, now it's not wanting to rotate for me. I've had these rotate very easily in the past, and now it's not doing that. Move! Move! That's about got it. It looks like it's still shifting just a little bit. So we have basically that. So I've got a nice way to get an angle. That's the whole point I wanted to get here. I want to have an angle to it. And I'm assuming it's going to build on that. I could be wrong. Oh. Maybe. Alright, so it's lined up right, and you see it's trying to line up to it there, but I get too close to the other walls. So that's got to come out. Sorry, so we've got it lining up at least. And it looks like that's as low as it's willing to go. We're definitely, we're stacking these. That's part of the reason for the big thing there. I'm sure this is going to end up using a lot of power. But my idea is I'm going to start with a large number of these. Right now it looks like 5 on each side. And these are just the hover blades. These are going to be the ones that will do nothing other than keep this afloat. And then we'll have a separate set of blades that we mount elsewhere for handling the actual movement of it. So air blades that will mount probably up taller above these near the actual, landing pads up top, or maybe just outside these, the landing pads themselves. I'm not sure yet. So I finally have finished with the initial powering up, or, connecting everything with the 20 air blades. I've got a switch in each corner, and for some reason this corner is lagging 5 times as much as the others. I mean, the others were pretty much not lagging really. It's this corner only for some reason. It just keeps stuttering for random, I don't know why, reasons, because I come over here and it's perfectly fine. It did slow me down a bit also. I did run out of the composite parts Mark II, so I had to go and do some production for that, and that meant going out and gathering a bunch of biomass containers. And so what I'm going to do on this, because these need to stay on the entire time, these do not need to be where they can turn off. I think, all right, that's the lights, that's the beacons, and that is the comms array. The main power is coming, of course, from everywhere else. We're going to have... Actually, we don't need that down here. The main power is on the second level. And I'm thinking about redoing the stairway just for the fact that I've got the, you know, weirdness with the power system and the conveyors. I'm actually thinking I'm going to take some of the conveyors out from this part and just do conveyors that go up the central column of the elevator instead. Let me think. Power level refineries, main power generators. All right, so we're going to come off the, that should be, yeah, lights. All right, so we're going to actually just build, and I'm going to have to do this anyway later. This is going to be, well, red because it's going to be hovering power. 1. Yeah, we'll just do it that way because it's going to have to be like, oh yeah, it's level 1 or whatever. And we're going to work the way up to connect it. Basically, I want to have a central point. And you see how much it's lagging now just to figure out the power because of how much I've got going in this. So now I'm going to work my way up, get everything ready. We're going to have a final one up top that will have all of the 4 corners connected to it. So that should simplify things a bit in terms of how power is run through everything. Okay, so I had to move a couple of power switches in these corners to make it reach, but we basically have this. I have saved, and so power is on, and I can hear the blades going. I'm really kind of interested to see how much power drain I have right now. Let's see. 76 hours still, even currently, and each one is using 2,400 watts out of that. That's with all the uranium and deuterium generators running on it. So, yeah, a lot of power for 20 of the large air blades to function. I'm taking out ones closer to the middle section just because that way if it drops down any, I'm a little bit further down, hopefully won't be hit. Also the fact that, yep, you see it drops and it does that. And I'm not sure why it's lopsiding so much. I mean, do I really have that much extra weight on one side? Let me double check, make sure I have, yep, this is powered on this side. And make sure I didn't miss. And you know, they're all moving. It's all, actually, you'd think I'd have more weight on that side because I have the roof over there. I actually have less on this side by just a little bit in terms of the length on it. Oh, yeah. So this time I've cut off the top 2 blades on 2 or 3 of the sides, not the side that it was leaning on. And I'm disconnecting the topmost area for each one right there to see what happens. And you see, okay, that's still dropping and landing on that. So we still have weight on this side. That just broke off. And now it's leaning the airway. No, no, stop it. All right, here we go. Once again, air blades at full power. I've disconnected the air stuff so it's not touching the ground. And now it falls and hits that. And here we go with the lag again. All right, this time I'm just going to try it inside of a creative game. So no worries about power or anything like that. This should be, you know, the most ideal conditions. And of course, I'm going to have those little struts at the bottom, which once this is sorted out, that will be removed, you know, from the final blueprint. That's just to help with the building right now until it is actually floatable. And there it goes, just falling over immediately. Okay, well, I'm on, and the air blades are at full tilt and nothing's happening. So apparently I have too much weight, I guess, on this corner, because it every time goes towards this corner for some reason. I wonder if I was to disconnect this. Take that out. Ah, no, no, no. Oh, no, don't hit me. All right, we're going to try it with 2 more air blades if I can target. They seem to be very problematic on targeting at times. All right, it's 2 more air blades. Lift! Lift! I believe in you! Okay, that is now 8 on both of these sides. And is finally starting to lift on this side. And you see, I kind of got... Why is some of them off like that? There's supposed to be 5 in a row. It looks like they got shifted for some reason. Or like, did one break off on each of those sides? Does that happen? Yeah, because there's supposed to be 5 in a stack. And there's 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one's missing. So I've lost air blades. Yeah, this one's fine. That side lost an air blade. So now there's 6 on each of these sides, and you see it slowly starting to lift back up. So for some reason, there's an imbalance on this side of things. And of course, that's the side that has the extra walls here for the apartments, or not apartments, but the hotel. That's kind of worrisome that it could be just something that simple that does it. I don't see it being anything on that level right there, because there's nothing that should be that heavy to throw everything off. And of course, let's see, we're linked, yep, back in this direction. So, I mean, generators, but they're not like they're that heavy. I mean, from a general standpoint, everything should be fairly close to the same. I didn't build like all the generators on one end. Now this side is showing heavier than the others. I still never did get around to finishing up this. You know, all the problems I'm having just on the vehicle side of things, this may end up at some point have to be called a lost cause, because I'm not sure I'm gonna actually be able to get this working. Look, I am missing an air blade there now. Or is that the same one? That's the same one. So that might be why that's leaning wrong, because it has an air blade that's supposed to be there and isn't there for some reason. And I bet it's not going to let me place one, because it's going to act like, oh, wait, no, it is. So somehow I lost an air blade. Let's see if this corrects it. Come on. Lift. Lift just a little bit. Just to show that it's working. And what the? Where'd that go? So, yeah, first attempt at getting the space station to at least fly in place, not even move, just hover, so it can actually go up even a little bit. Definite failure. I mean, started with 20 air blades. By the time I'm done, it's looking more like 40 air blades. And if the, commenter that said, they lift 13 tons each, that's, that's a lot of tons, or even not 13 tons, 1.3 tons, something like that. Whatever they lift, it's a lot that I'm going to be putting on here. This may end up being an unfinishable project, just because I may end up needing 50 air blades just to have the thing float in place, not to count the ones that would need to then be also used for moving in a direction. It's gonna take a lot of playing, but hey, if you're a creator and you've got a big design in the workshop, like Tang has quite a few big designs, if you're one of those creators and you've got a suggestion for what's going on with this, leave it in a comment below. If you think I've got a good shot at getting this done, hit that like button, and of course hit subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I'll see you in the next video.